numbers do not lie. Fire, 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 oh, fire, 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 oh.
What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of JP's Fire Fantasy Show, where we bring you the most up-to-date and accurate information from around the fantasy world. We are officially on the second part of the second round of the fantasy basketball playoffs, and I would like to say that those first picks we suggested at the beginning of the week has been pretty solid. I do think we have some more picks that should help solidify a win in part two of the week. Let's get right into our game layout for the remainder of the week. As you can see, most of the league has 2 games remaining. If you do own someone on the Knicks, they don't have a game to close out the week. So if you are in a must-win situation right now and you're having a hard time deciding who to drop to close out the week, definitely keep in mind that the Knicks don't have a game. So you'll be better off going with majority of the league as they do have 2 games. Let's take a look at the notable injuries for today. There's quite a few guys out on several teams. Let's go ahead and start with the Toronto Raptors. At the moment, Scotty Barnes, Gary Trent Jr., and Precious Achiuwa are all listed as questionable. They did not go through practice yesterday, so today's outlook definitely looks less than questionable. I would consider them doubtful. In the event that those guys do miss the game, I would look to OG Anunoby to benefit from that. I know he's not on the waiver wire, but Chris Boucher is more than likely on the waiver wire in most leagues, and he should be in a pretty decent matchup if all 3 were to miss the game. Let's move on to the Wizards. Currently, Bradley Beal is questionable, and Kyle Kuzma is listed as out. That should do well for Denny Avdija. He's been pretty solid over the last week, and if both of those guys miss the game, he definitely should open up some usage for him, and he should be able to produce in all categories. For the Portland Trailblazers, Damian Lillard is currently listed as probable. Afrani Simons is already out, and Jeremy Grant is out. Also, Nurkic is also questionable now. So, with that being said, Trent Watford would definitely be a good plug-in to get for the remainder of the week, as the Blazers do have 2 games. The Clippers suffered a tragic loss after Paul George went down at the end of the Thunder game. The good news is that it's not considered season ending, but he should be out for the remainder of the regular season. With that being said, I know Paul George owners have a free spot at this point, and at the moment, it is unclear who would benefit the most, but Terrence Mann does have the most upside. I know it varies from game to game because Tyronn Lue is a very game situational rotation type coach. So just keep that in mind when you're looking for a replacement for PG. Moving right along, with all that being said, let's get into our Fire 5 picks of the week. Like the earlier episode, man, we're going to go ahead and give you guys 3 because the waiver pool is pretty scarce, and I do want to give out great picks. So let's start with pick number 3. For number 3, I have Nick Richards. He is currently 51% owned in fantasy leagues, and he has been one of the top centers in the league over the last 2 weeks. The Hornets are currently going through a plethora of injuries right now, so the usage rate for Richards should be pretty decent, especially with Rozier being doubtful today and Oubre going down along with LaMelo Ball and Mark Williams. So the Hornets are in complete tank mode, and since they did just sign Nick Richards to a $15 million contract, I do think they'll kind of give him run to close out the year to see exactly what they have with the young fella. Over the last 2 weeks, he is shooting 74.2% from the field with 10 points per game with 9.5 rebounds and 2.3 blocks. This has ranked him 45 in that same span. So if he's available in your league, go ahead and grab him. He should be a safe pick for the remainder of the week. For number 2, I have Trenton Watford. Over the last 2 weeks, Watford has been playing amazing for the Blazers as they have been battling a lot of injuries. This is another team in tank mode, and they will give their young guys some extra run to see what they have in them. Over the last 2 weeks, he shot 51.9% from the floor with 1 3-pointer per game, 12.6 points, 6.6 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, and 0.4 blocks. This has ranked him 29th in that span, and he should continue on with those great numbers against good matchups against the Bulls and the Thunder. For my fire pick number 1, I have Danny Avdija. Expect his usage rate to creep up now that Kyle Kuzma has officially been ruled out. Also, Bradley Beal is dealing with the injury, so if he were to miss time, Danny would contribute greatly to that as well. Over the last 2 weeks, he has shot 45.8% with 8.3 points per game, 6.3 rebounds, 3.7 assists. So he is able to fill a large part of the stat sheet up, and with 2 significant pieces to the Wizards team potentially being gone, expect those numbers to remain the same, if not increase. He's in great matchups to close out the week. He does have the Spurs and the Raptors, who rank 13th and 16th respectively. That concludes our fire picks for the week, man. Good luck to all. Hopefully these picks can catapult you to the championship round, and tune in for next week as we will be giving out picks for the final round of fantasy. Once again, good luck to all, and as I always say, man, like and subscribe. If you ain't learning, you ain't living. JP out.
Fire, 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 oh, hey. Don't you play yourself, don't you play yourself. Why you hate yourself? Countdown, 3, 2, 1. Where did the time go? 10 shots, I'm so gone. I wanna drink.